RELON Uganda, with support from the Hilton Foundation, convened over 45 refugee leaders from Bidibidi, Palorinya, Adjumani, Palabek, Chiliandongo, Rhino Camp, Mvepi, and Lobule refugee settlements for transformative refugee rights training in the West Nile region. The training brought together leaders of refugee-led organizations and a shared vision, strengthening refugee protection, advancing advocacy, and promoting meaningful participation in decision-making processes affecting refugee communities across Uganda. Through the training, participants developed a deeper understanding of the refugee status, refugee rights, and Uganda's refugee governance system. Sessions explored key national, regional, and international legal frameworks, including the Refugee Act 2006, the 1951 Refugee Convention, and the African Union Refugee Convention. Participants also examined how these frameworks are implemented within Uganda's legal context and clarified the distinctions between refugees, asylum seekers, and stateless persons. The initiative responded directly to critical challenges faced by many refugee-led organizations, including limited knowledge to refugee rights, difficulties distinguishing advocacy from activism, barriers to formal registration, and limited inclusion in decision-making spaces. Under the Build and Empower an Advocacy-Oriented Cohesive Coalition of Refugee-Led Organizations nationwide, Beacon Project, RELON Uganda seeks to strengthen the awareness of refugee rights while fostering collective responsibility and collaboration between RLOs and the government of Uganda. The Beacon Project is designed to promote effective and sustainable refugee response in Uganda. Through this initiative, RELON Uganda continues to strengthen the advocacy capacity of refugee-led organizations to support meaningful refugee participation at local, national, and international levels. The project also advocates for the removal of registration and documentation barriers affecting RLOs while supporting initiatives that promote refugee self-reliance, access to livelihoods, and early childhood development within refugee communities. During the training, participants analyzed power dynamics among key stakeholders and identified strategic entry points for meaningful engagement and advocacy. Sessions also addressed critical protection concerns, including gender-based violence, detention, non-refoulement, equipping participants with practical rights-based response strategies. Participants further explored how international and accountability mechanisms, including the Universal Periodic Review, and examined how these platforms can be leveraged to advance refugee advocacy and protection efforts. As RELON Uganda, we are committed to strengthening the capacity of refugee-led organizations, advocating for refugee rights, creating opportunities for meaningful refugee engagement with policymakers, and addressing critical advocacy knowledge and skills gaps among refugee leaders. To ensure continued impact beyond the training, RELON Uganda will identify 20 advocacy champions who will continue engaging in sustained policy advocacy and community action to drive long-term change. In addition, the project will support advocacy campaigns through sub-grant funding aimed at strengthening the practical advocacy capacity of refugee-led organizations in local, national, and international advocacy initiatives.